Good morning, my friends. Well, as I promised, I was going to be working on something that I thought would be special. I have that beat up piece, butchered piece of mango, and really not sure exactly what I'm going to make out of this. Very limited on size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to the bandsaw, and I'm going to kind of just take out this part from here up and round it off a little bit. I did get a decent size piece, and because of its height, if this was a little shallower, I would definitely go and make a natural edge out of this. The bark is very pronounced, and I think that would have worked out really well. But because that's not an option, I think I have to turn it this way, and I'm going to lose a little bit on the height over here as well, because I got some rot going all the way up to this point right here on this side, and you can see that it trails down over here. It goes fairly deep. Now that does not mean that I'm going to clear all this up. I'm actually going to leave some of this character deterioration as part of the edge, and it will show up on both ends, and I'll just clean up all the soft spot and actually show this little void going through there. That's my thinking. That's the way I'm going to be shooting with this one. I told you it was going to be something really special, and I hope that I don't disappoint you with this piece and create something that's going to be special. Now, this is my brand new lathe setup. As you all might have seen, I just did something, made this boom, and it gives me quite a bit of flexibility on my camera angles. Now, only if I remember to look at the camera every once in a while to see, making sure that I'm not in the way, and making sure that you guys actually can see. Now, this is very soft for me to put my worm screw going in here. I don't know if it will catch anything solid, but that's the first option that I'm going to go with, or attempt, is to go with a worm screw. So I'm going to find the center of this in both directions, which is right about there. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close. Now, even though the worm screw might not grab for me, I'm going to be having this in between centers. So between whatever amount of that the worm screw does, it's going to be protruding out, and the pressure between the friction of the jaws, and I'll be able to rough this up all from the outside before flipping it over. So I'll be making a tenon on the back side and flipping it over. I keep this drill bit off to the side, and it's the one that I use all the time for when I'm going with my worm screw. Now, I want to be as balanced as I can with this. Okay, I can see that I'm not going to grab anything that's solid enough on this area. So, seeing I already know that it's going to be kind of waste cause going with the worm screw on that, I'm going to put my spur drive up Now I could do this with a mount plate, a face plate as well, which I don't have any metal ones, and I really don't have any wooden ones made up. So this right now, to me, with a spur drive, whoops, sorry about that, with a spur drive is really the only option that I have at the moment. Should always check what my speed is set at, and it's not set that fast, but the piece is so off balance, I'm going to slow it down to 340 RPMs. It was set at 620 or so. Try it again. Well, at this point I'm starting to grab a little bit, and I think that's fine for the purposes of bringing my live center in there. If it wants to sink itself in a little bit, that's quite okay. So now I can get a good grip on this and start throwing this up. But oh my god, like the colors that are going to be going through here are just amazing. Unfortunately, it's going to end up being a lot smaller than what I would want it to. I'm already flat here. I got this big flat area here, so that's what it is. I'm always hopeful and try to shoot for the most I can out of any given piece. So, but sometimes, you know, that doesn't work in our way of thinking. Now, at this point that I know I already have the base that's going solid, I look at the piece and see, okay, which way do I have to continue, that I have no option on. And I don't want to roll this over, because if I rolled it over, then I would be losing it all the way down to here. And that's not where I want to go. So I'm going to work it from the outside edge, maintaining the biggest I can on this outside edge, and it will be the determining factor, and I will shape it based on this piece right here and do some sort of an OG form on this. And that's the only way that I can see that I can establish somewhat a slightly bigger piece on this. So continue from here. Now a decent sized piece just flew off all the way from down here, and the reason for it is that the rot carried all the way over from that outside. And I'm turning this and looking at it and thinking that all the beauty that's in this, I'm just turning it away, and there's no way around it for me. At least not with the choice that I made. Well, I'm going to look and keep on going, and at this point basically just see what develops out of this piece. I don't have much hope for it right now because of all of this going through here. Much deeper than I anticipated, but this edge doesn't bother me because I would leave part of that as being its character and what I'm working with, what I'm dealing with. You don't try to get something that you don't have. You work with what you got and see what's the best you can do with the piece that you got. So I'm going to bring my banjo in a little bit closer right now and take slightly finer cuts and see if I can clean this up. But in order to achieve a finer cut, especially on wood that's rotten like that, the first thing I need to do is grab a tool that's fairly sharp. So I'm going to sharpen up this gouge. I like how it works. It just needs a sharper edge. Okay, and let's see what we get. At this point, because I'm well balanced with the piece, I want to speed up the lathe. The faster it runs, the cleaner the cut, and I can bring this up to the 1200 mark at this point. And that's going to clean up all these cuts and not get as much fuzz even on where it's torn a piece because it's dry rot. Oh God, the colors are beautiful on this. Got a couple of tool marks still going in here. I'm going to shear cut to that a little bit, and before I start from the other side, now hopefully I can maintain this dark color going through here. Even if I lose, I mean I will lose all of this because I will pick it and make sure that that doesn't stay behind. So I will be clearing up. I just hope that there's enough connection here to maintain some of it. That's not too bad. The shape looks okay. I still have, of course, stuff like this, but this is bark. So I will remove that piece and start working it from this side. Bring you around. Okay, gonna go in here nice and easy, do some cutting, riding the bevel towards the center as much as I can, and then do a few pull cuts from the back side. Okay, gonna go in here nice and easy, do some cutting, riding the bevel towards the center as much as I can, and then do a few pull cuts from the back side. bottom is still a little thick. I'm going to take off a little bit more from here on down. Okay, that's not bad. That's as much as I can get out of this. Now, I have to pick some of this stuff out. Now, whenever you have an odd-shaped piece and you know, you're sanding and you're trying to get rid of some of these marks, I find this to be the best methods to get them cut down. Is stop your lathe, get in there and concentrate just on those areas, and then do one more final pass with the lathe running. Okay, now it's time to go in there by hand and break some of this loose stuff that's happening just on the top edge. Now, it will remove some of the flaking that's going on, some additional, but it will maintain and keep the majority of it. You're just cleaning it up. It's a design that Mother Nature decided to present us, and sometimes we just have to look for it, and you know, and we have to explore and see exactly where it's hidden, and you make decisions based on what you see. You know, we have to trust our eye and we have to trust our instincts when we're working with wood, because there's no black and white. There's nothing that tells you, wait a minute, this is where you stop or this is where you start, and you know, so you just explore, and hopefully, and that doesn't happen all the time, hopefully the end results become something that's desirable. piece is not going to have a very good finish. It's going to have somewhat of a finish, but it's not going to be a piece that I'm doing a lot of concentration. I still have some of this fuzziness from the rot on the wood. You know, I'm hoping that the sanding sealer will bring it down some, and some of it will hold up. But I'll do a little sanding on this and see. Well, this, I got a light beaming on this, so it's generating quite a bit more heat than what I've had in the past. So I'm ready to go in there very lightly, and we'll see results, live results on what happens with this piece. It's an acceptable shine on this. Let me bring you around from the front. Well, that's not much better of a view. But then again, my light has to be changed every time. I probably need to put my light different for my camera. I put it on the boom as well, but I actually think that I have to have my light somewhat more of a stationary piece and not worry about following it with the camera. Well, I think that I'm satisfied with what I got here. I could do a lot more to this and spend a lot more time on it, but I don't know if I actually can improve on it. So right now all I have to do is take it off the chuck, reverse it, and turn the foot on it at 10. Definitely. So I got a little bit of a nub to take off. So I just sharpened up my chisel, and I'm going to very carefully cut that off. Well, my friends, don't know if it's a disappointment or not. I know I told you it was going to be something special hidden inside that piece of mango tree. And not so sure it's as special as I would want it to be. But here it is in all its glory. It's the finish is not bad. Really like what's going on through here, though. We sometimes just have to exploit and figure out what it was that was left for us to produce. Bottom, not bad, signed and dated, and some nice wood grain. I wish I had good sized pieces of this. Even if it had deterioration like that, I would have loved if this was a good sized piece. But it is what it is. We work with what we handed out, and we look for what Mother Nature hides. And in this case, I'm not sure if she was hiding this particular look, but that's what I found. Well guys, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up.